Your eyes do not deceive you. I am in my car.
Won't nobody love you the way they should. Won't nobody check up on you, make sure you're good. Won't nobody check those body tremors for your neck.
Hey everyone, my name is Becky Park and I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, and Kidizen. And yes, I'm in my car because my daughter is at gymnastics and this is just a 2-hour window that I have to get stuff done. And if I don't film this right now, I will never film it. Such is mom life. So you might also hear the air conditioning running pretty loudly in the background. Let me turn it down a little bit because we have like a heat index today. There was like a severe weather thing that came up on my phone because basically if people are outside for too long, they're saying you can get like heat stroke and stuff. So you better believe I have this AC on. This is kind of a special edition of What Sold because it's in the midst of my summer listing challenge. And if you've watched any of my videos from the past 3 days, you know that what we're doing is rallying together with other people who really want to just get back on track when it comes to reselling. It's essentially an accountability group of people who want to set some goals centered around listing, relisting, and cross-listing so that they can practice these goals and establish really good reselling habits. The summer listing challenge itself takes place next week, but this week I'm coming out with a video every day about different things that will hopefully help other resellers, just like I said, tackle their reselling business head on. Today is kind of a break in that series just because it's Wednesday and this is when I put out my What Sold video. But in today's video, what I'm going to be sharing with you is everything that sold on Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, and Kidizen last week. I'll also share with you a little bit about my June numbers. And then finally, since we are in the midst of the summer listing challenge, what I did was I actually went through the summer listing challenge with my 3 goals in mind, which were to list 20 new items every day, relist everything that was ending on eBay and to sell similar, and then to cross-list 10 items from Poshmark to eBay, Mercari, and Kidizen. And so I went through that challenge last week so that I could document it this week, and you might see some of the items from what I listed last week as part of that challenge for myself that have sold this week. And if that is the case, I will definitely let you know so that you can see just how quickly those items sold because they literally were only listed last week. So basically those items sold the week that they were listed, which is really cool. And then also the majority of these items are coming from the consignment store that I've talked a lot about in my past videos, just because I have so much inventory from this one local consignment store. They let me fill big garbage bags with inventory for $50. And so if I don't mention where something is from in this video, you can just assume that it is from that consignment store. So with all that being said, if you're excited to see what sold, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and hit that bell notification so that you're alerted every time I put out new What Sold videos every week, as well as some of these other helpful videos that are going to be coming out later this week. So we are talking about June 29th, which was a Monday, all the way through July 5th, which was a Sunday. I'm going to warn you right now, this is not the greatest week. I think part of it had to do with the fact that it was the 4th of July weekend, and despite like health officials pleading with Americans to please stay home if they can, I think a lot of people were really excited to get out and spend time with friends and family. And so I don't think that shopping online was really on the forefront of anyone's mind. So you're going to see, like, I definitely struggled when it came to sales. And in fact, I had one $0 sales day with like 0 sales across any platform. So it was kind of a rough week. That's okay. These things happen. We kind of learn to expect it, especially in the summer if you are a reseller who sells primarily used clothing. It slows way down, but hopefully in August it'll pick way back up as people get ready for back to school shopping. Although back to school shopping is going to be kind of weird too, just because I know for me personally, we don't really know what's happening yet this fall. We don't know if we're going back. We don't know if we're doing a hybrid of virtual learning and, in-person learning. So we have no idea, but regardless, I think a new school year basically signals, the need to get new clothes. So looking at Monday the 29th, I did not have any Poshmark sales, but I did have 2 eBay sales and a Mercari sale. So on eBay, the first thing to sell was this J. Crew Factory red slim summer plaid button-down shirt in a size medium. This I sent out offers to watchers on for $19.90, and after they paid for shipping, I made $17.48. You guys know that I have a lot of these button-up shirts in my closet and in my eBay store, and although they don't don't really sell really fast. They do sell consistently. I do have to sit on them for quite some time, but I'm okay with doing that because I have the space to store stuff. That I probably had listed for a few months, not really that long, so I was happy to see that one go. And then the next thing to sell, okay, well, let's talk about it first. So it was this Ralph Lauren boat neck polka dot 3/4 sleeve shirt in a size extra large. This also sold via offers to watchers. I believe these were like back to back, which was really exciting. But it sold for $14.90. And after they paid for shipping and after the 6% promotion rate, I did end up making $12.06 off of that. The reason why I was kind of rolling my eyes about the sale is because I sold this already on Poshmark. Like, I want to say a year ago. And when I sold it, I could not find it. And then in this video right here, it was like towards the beginning of quarantine. I didn't have very much to do and I was kind of worried that I was going to run out of inventory. And so I did an inventory check where essentially I just went through all of my bins and checked them against my spreadsheet to see if, you know, I was saying that I had things in my Poshmark closet and eBay store that I didn't really have, or if there were things missing on my spreadsheet that I did actually have in my bins. You know, I was checking for a lot of things. And I found this shirt. So I went ahead and I listed it again on eBay and Poshmark, and it finally sold after, you know, relisting it on eBay. And it probably took like 2 months once I relisted it, so that isn't bad, but it's just one of those things, like, it was really annoying at the time, but I'm glad that I was able to still make the sale the second time. And then on Mercari, I sold this really cute jacket. It was by the brand Baby Mini Par Katamini. I've never heard of this. It looks very like Parisian. And in fact, there were like little embroidered patches with like French words on them. So I don't know that it's necessarily from France, but I think they're trying to like give it that Parisian appeal. But it was this hooded cape jacket in a size 3T. I just thought it was so darling. And this was actually one of the items that I got at the consignment store, but it was like in these donation bags. They were going to have a local thrift store come and pick up a bunch of bags from them just to clear out some space. And they allowed me to go through those bags and take that stuff home for free. So this was actually free inventory, and it sold for $23 on Mercari. I do free shipping on Mercari. I'm actually playing around with that a little bit just because, you know, especially if things are over £1, it's just really not worth it if the cost of the item is relatively low. And so I had to put this in a padded flat rate envelope, and it was really hard to get it in there. So it came out to $7.75 to ship it out, and I ended up only making $12.95. If it had sold on Poshmark or eBay, I definitely would have made more, but so it goes. And you know, it was $12.95 of pure profit because, like I said, I actually got that one for free, so that was really exciting. On Tuesday the 30th, that was my $0 sales day. I did not sell a single thing, and it was pretty depressing, but you know, you just move on and you just tell yourself that you'll get more sales the next day, which I did. So on the 1st of July, the first thing that sold was this Garnet Hill scoop neck short sleeve pink dress in a size 14. This someone sent me an offer on for $20 and I made $16. It's funny because I actually got this at that consignment store, but I got it last summer during their sidewalk sale. So I've had this for over a year, and at that time I think I paid, it was like a fill a bag situation, so it was like fill a bag for $25. So I think I ended up having like $2 or $3 into this, and I ended up making $16. It's not a horrible flip, it just took way too long, but I'm happy to get rid of it. Garnet Hill dresses can do well, but this was pretty plain. The next thing to sell was not only from the consignment store, but it is also something that I listed as part of my summer listing challenge. So I listed it last week and it literally sold, I want to say, in like 2 days or something. So it was this pair of Chico's Paisley Palazzo pull-on comfort pants in a size 1, which is like the equivalent of a size medium because Chico's uses vanity sizing. You know, I've been having a lot of luck with Chico's, and I got a ton of it from that consignment store. I sent in the majority of it to ThredUp, but I really don't even mind if they don't sell on ThredUp, because now that I see that there really is a market for it on, you know, platforms like even Poshmark, but especially on eBay and even a little bit on Mercari, I definitely want to try reselling those items on my own again. So these, like I said, sold really quickly, and they were really cute. They really reminded me of the Chico's Travelers collection items. They're made of like that very slinky material, and it's really easy to just like throw it in a bag and it won't wrinkle, and that's kind of the allure of those pieces. But it was kind of that same material and that same feel, but this wasn't part of the Traveler's collection. And then the next thing in this bundle was also in my 4 for $25 sale, and it was just this new with tag Sonoma, the Everyday Tee purple t-shirt in a size large. I think that they sell Sonoma at places like Kohl's, and I was given this for free from a friend, so really I just kind of threw this in for free. So I sent an offer to this buyer for these 2 items for $30, and I did offer discounted shipping as well, so I made $21.88. You know, one of those items I paid probably 80 something cents for, and the other one was free. So turning, 85 cents, let's say, into $21.88. Yes, please. And then the next thing to sell on Poshmark was this Jules, I don't know how to pronounce this, I'm just trying to be fancy, but Jules Harbor striped embroidered bee print long sleeve shirt in a size 12. This was darling, like so cute. I'd never really picked up this brand before, and I'd never really heard that many people talk about it. And then I feel like I saw recently in one of Jack and Ryan's videos, they'd either picked one of these up or they had recently sold it, just something by this brand. But they also have children's items, and actually I think I just got my son a pair of shorts by this brand off of Kitizen, and also really cute. They make really almost like preppy classic pieces, just like great for everyday wear. And like I said, this was so darling. It was striped and it had little embroidered like golden bees all over the shirt, and honestly if it were my size I would have kept it. It did get a good amount of attention, and eventually it sold for $25. I probably could have held out for more, but again, I paid like 80 cents for it, so I was totally fine with that, and I made $20. And then on eBay, I sold this pair of pink Victoria's Secret athletic shorts in like this minty aqua color in a size small. They sold for $11, which, I just feel like shorts like these, especially from places like Pink, they're not going to go for very much. They paid for shipping. I made $10.27. That I got for free from a friend pretty recently, so that was, all profit. And then on Mercari, this was like a good Mercari week for me, you'll see. Like, okay, by good, I mean 4 sales, but Mercari really came through. So I sold this Burt's Bees organic cotton PJ set for 0 to 3-month-old babies. Really cute. Again, I think it had like bees all over it, so this was definitely like a bee print day. It sold for $10, and shipping was only $2.76 because it was literally like so lightweight. So I only ended up making $6.24 off of it. I do believe I got that at the consignment store, so I paid like 80 cents for it. Not a big deal, and it probably took up like this much space in my garbage bag, so I think that's still a win. On Thursday the 2nd of July, I sold this pair of Hudson Collin flap mid-rise skinny jeans in a size 27. I only had these listed for 18, and I want to say that that's because there was a flaw. I think that there was a lot of heel drag on the hem, and so I just listed them for $18. I saw that someone liked them that day, so I sent out my closet clear out message asking if I dropped the price to $15 if they would purchase the item at that price, and they said yes. So I made $12, and Poshmark paid for discounted shipping. Those took like a month or 2 to sell. The next thing to sell took only like a month to sell, and it was this pair of American Eagle mid-rise skinny jeans in a size 8 short. Y'all know how I feel about my American Eagle. I just have pretty good luck with it. It sells consistently. It doesn't sell for a ton, and jeans generally I can get between $20 to $30 for. These I only got $15 for, but I do believe that there was puckering near the crotch, and whenever I see that, I do drop the price quite a bit, just because a lot of people don't really want that weird puckering around their crotch. I did have someone buy a pair of Paige jeans, which that brand is notorious for puckering, but I had someone buy a pair of Paige jeans with a lot of puckering around the crotch, and she took a chance on them, and then she sent me a message on eBay saying that when you put them on, you can't even see the puckering. So that's great, but it's very prominent and it's very noticeable in the cover photo, and it's obviously one of those things that you want to disclose, and you always want to check the crotch of jeans as you're sourcing. Sometimes I just miss those kinds of flaws though, especially when I am buying in such high volume like I have been doing at this consignment store. store. So I was still able to make $12 off of those. And again, I paid like 85 cents. And then on eBay, I sold this pair of H&M divided flat front side zip jeggings in a size 10. Those took a few weeks to sell. They sold for $12, which, you know, H&M, that's kind of what I was expecting. They paid for shipping. I made $9.92. And I got a note from the buyer saying that his girlfriend was going to love them. So that's really cute that he bought those for his girlfriend. And then on Friday the 3rd, I sold this pair of the North Face gray elastic waist sweatpants for men in a size medium. These were actually my husband's, and he wore the crap out of them for, I want to say, like 2 whole years. This also was something that I listed while I was partaking in the summer listing challenge. And so, you know, it sold within the week that it was listed. I'm pretty sure it sold like in 2 days. They only sold for $10. I only had them listed for $15. And that's because, like I said, my husband had worn them a lot for the past 2-3 years. He's now into like joggers, so he doesn't really like these like wider leg sweatpants. But there was a lot of pilling just from, you know, the number of times that he had washed them. So with that much pilling and just the, you know, just general wear, I didn't feel right charging more than $15. So when I got the $10 offer, again, in like 2 days on something that my husband wore for over 2 years, I was like, that's fine. And I made $7.05 off of something that was just laying around our house and not being worn. And then on eBay, I sold this pair of Adidas Ultimate black and white athletic shorts in a size small, just really lightweight, easy shorts. They took about 2 weeks to sell. They sold for $10, and they were promoted at 6%. So I ended up making $8.60 after they paid for shipping. These, again, like athletic shorts from Adidas, from Pink Victoria's Secret, they just aren't even that much in the store, so they're not going to go for a whole lot, and they have been relatively quick flips for me, so I'm okay with selling them at that price. And then on Mercari, I sold this new without tags Polo Ralph Lauren blue puffer jacket in a size 12 to 18 months. This we just had in our house. Like, I think someone gave it to us to have my son wear, but then he didn't wear it. I don't know why. Like, I just found it in his closet one day. So I listed it, and I listed it like probably 3 months ago. So I've had it in my closet for quite some time, which it's fine. I listed a winter jacket like in the spring, so I wasn't expecting it to sell that quickly, but it finally sold on Mercari for $34, and I did pay for shipping. It was like a 10-minute process of trying to get this sucker inside of a padded flat rate envelope, but I did it. So I paid $7.75 to ship it out. Sorry, there's like a big Pepsi truck driving by that you can probably hear. And I made $22.85 off of that. Again, it was just something laying around our house. So that's all free profit. And it's a really cute jacket. And then on Saturday the 4th, I had 2 sales. The first was a bundle sale on Poshmark, and it was this pair of American Eagle brown ankle strap woven sandals in a size 6. These I only had listed for about 2 weeks. And then the next item was this Forever 21 army green crochet distressed shorts in a size 28. Yeah, 28. These I've had for over a year. So, you know, this was a very nice bundle because it was the 2-punch combo of something that I listed pretty recently and then something that had been sitting in my closet forever, and it just feels really good to get rid of that stuff. You know what I mean? So those 2 items sold for $30, and I made $24. And then on Mercari, I sold this pair of Miss Me bootcut rhinestone jeans in a size 25. I was so pleasantly surprised because I was sure I was going to have to eat the cost of shipping on this because, like I said, for the most part on Mercari now, I am doing free shipping. I'd love to hear your thoughts too if you are a Mercari seller, like what you do about shipping. I've heard different schools of thought. Like, some people say that they just won't cross-list anything over to Mercari that weighs over a pound because they want to do free shipping on everything. But for anything over a pound on Mercari, it's like $11 if you want to ship it out via USPS and like $9 if you want to ship it out UPS. But that's really annoying to have to go to like 2 different places just to drop off packages. Although I typically will do a package pickup for USPS, but then to also have to find time to go to UPS, like, no thank you. But anyway, some people I know do that. They only list things that are under a pound. Some people don't do free shipping. I don't know. Like, I'd love to hear, especially if you are selling a lot on Mercari, what are you doing about shipping? This was an older listing back when I was charging for shipping, so I was pleasantly surprised to find that I didn't actually have to ship the item. I actually did make a shipping label for this item on Pirate Ship before I realized that, but Pirate Ship, it's really easy to just cancel a shipping label label and they'll refund you after a few days as long as you don't use that label. So that's what I did. But this sold for $29 and I made $26.10 because Mercari has that beautiful 10% selling fee, which is so nice compared to Poshmark's 20. Okay, so that takes us to Sunday the 5th. And as has been tradition on Poshmark for the past, a lot of months, this Sunday was a closet clear out. And actually in the Facebook group for the Summer Listing Challenge, by the way, if you have not signed up for the Summer Listing Challenge and you want to, you want that accountability, you want to be a part of a Facebook group where other people are encouraging you, where you can ask questions, all of that information will be down in the description below. It is completely free. And this Facebook group has been so amazing. I've really enjoyed being a part of it just because everyone has been so helpful and so welcoming, and it's just a really great community. And so in that Facebook group, I actually talked about my closet clear out method. And I had someone ask a really good question. She said, do you ever find that some people respond negatively to you, creating a bundle for people based on their likes and then messaging them? I imagine that people wouldn't like that. And, I thought about it, and I do remember one time I had one person respond with this is a little too pushy and basically leave me alone. And I was like, that's totally fine. But for the most part, I have had nothing but positive experiences with my closet clear out method, just because if people don't want to buy it, they just either ignore me, or they'll even go so far as to tell me why they can't make that purchase in that moment, or why they don't want to make that purchase in that moment, which they don't owe me an explanation. But I kind of think about it as being proactive as a seller. And even when I worked retail, they taught us to go up to the customer and ask them if we can help them look for anything in particular, and to start them a dressing room, and to even bring things to the dressing room that are similar to their style. I don't add other things to people's bundles because I think that's kind of weird, and I personally wouldn't like that, because how can this person know me well enough to know what kinds of items I want? But from my experience as someone who shops on Poshmark as well, when I like something, it's because I'm waiting for you to send me an offer. I just want to see what you're willing to offer me on that item before I take the plunge and send you an offer. So knowing that I, as a buyer, am waiting for someone to be proactive and send me some kind of offer, that's kind of how I treat my potential customers. I will be proactive, reach out to them, and let them know what the best is that I can do on an item. So on Sunday, everything that I had received likes on from the last time that there was closet clear out, which is Thursday, to Sunday, and as a result, I made 3 sales. And I think that those 3 sales really came from the fact that I was being proactive. I don't think that I would have made those sales had I not sent out that message. So the first thing to sell was a bundle sale, and it was 2 items in my 4 for $25 sale, which is why I offered, the really low price that I did. But the first item was this Lole, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but Lole floral racerback tank in a size medium. It was red and it was really cute, but Lole is not the most popular activewear brand out there. And plus, I feel like activewear tops, it's hard to make a lot of money on them. And I have had this for, I think, over a year as well. The next thing to sell, it was actually something that I listed as part of my summer listing challenge for myself. So it took, less than a week to sell. And it was also from the consignment store. So it was this Fila black and white floral tank in a size medium. I did go ahead and put that in my 4 for $25 sale just because Fila, to begin with, is pretty inexpensive. Plus it was an exercise top, plus whatever. So I don't really know why I picked this up, to be honest with you, at the consignment store. I just thought it was really cute, and even if I made only a few bucks off of it, I was like, that's fine. I sent the buyer an offer of $12 and I made $9.05 off of those 2 items. The next thing to sell was this pink Victoria's Secret leopard print push-up bra in this really pretty, I don't know, is it mint, aqua? I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was in a size 34B. It sold for $15 using my closet clear out method, and I made $12, and I had that listed for under 3 weeks. The next thing to sell was this Polo Ralph Lauren blue polo shirt in a size small. This sold for $15 using my closet clear out method as well, and I made $12. This, I believe I got for free from a friend at like the beginning of quarantine. So I've had it listed for a few months, but you know, happy to see it move. The next item was another pair of Adidas lightweight exercise shorts in a size small. Again, they sold for $10 and I made $7.05. Those took, less than 2 weeks to sell. The next item was also something that I listed as part of the summer listing challenge. So it took less than a week to sell, and it was this pair of Big Star Remy low-rise bootcut jeans in a size 24 long. So let's break this down a little bit. Big Star is one of those brands that's really similar to like Miss Me, and it's similar to like BKE. I picked it up because I've never picked up Big Star before, and I know back in the day it used to be a really hot seller. I think it's still pretty popular, for some people, but I don't think the hype is quite what it was, maybe even just a few years ago. But there were a lot of reasons why maybe I shouldn't have picked these up. For example, they were low rise. I think a lot of people would have left them behind. They were at the consignment store, which is why I got them, because I got them for so cheap. I think I had them listed for $42, and I sent out a closet clear out method letting them know that I would drop the price to $35 and Poshmark would pay for discounted shipping, and they were like, yes, please. And that was literally like, I want to say within the hour of them liking the item. So I made $28 off of those pair of jeans that I think a lot of other people would not have picked up just because, of the fact that they were low rise. But if you're able to get stuff for cheap enough, there's a buyer for everything. Obviously, like if these were like $14 at a thrift store or something, I probably wouldn't have picked them up. But if you can get things for cheap enough, just take a chance. You never know. And then the last thing to sell on Sunday the 5th, I was so excited about. It was my one and only Kitizen sale, and it was this new with tag Zara Girls Collection white flare sleeve jacket in a size 5 toddler. You guys, this jacket was beautiful. It was actually gifted to my daughter from my best friend, but we never had the opportunity to wear it. Like, it was just too beautiful and too white and too clean to like risk wearing it out in public and spilling like spaghetti all over or something, which is exactly what would have happened like the second that my daughter tried to wear this thing out. So it just hung in our closet. We would like look at it and stroke it every once in a while and be like, how pretty is this? My daughter also never really had the desire to put it on, I think for all of those same reasons. Like, I think she was just petrified that she would find a way to destroy this beautiful thing. So it just hung in her closet. And, towards the beginning of quarantine, when I was looking for stuff to list from within our own house, I saw this in her closet and I pulled it and listed it because it's beautiful. It has been listed for quite some time, like I said, at the beginning of quarantine. So probably looking at 3 months at this point. But I think it's kind of for the same reasons. Like, I think people are scared of owning this kind of stuff just because it's white, it's so beautiful, and it's not like the most practical thing. Like, how often is your daughter going to wear this? You know what I mean? But I was totally willing to wait for the perfect buyer because this deserves to go to a new home where someone is going to love it and wear it. So it finally sold on Kitizen for my full asking price. I didn't even have a sale running on Kitizen. So it sold for $37.35. I did pay for shipping, which was $5.75, and I made $24.32 off of that jacket. That was probably my favorite sale of the week. It was a perfect way to end, and so I was really excited about that. All right, so let's talk about our stats for the week. On Poshmark, I sold 15 items for a total of $181.03. Not really amazing, but that's okay. On eBay, I only sold 5 items for a total of $58.33. That's pretty stinky as well. And then on Mercari, I sold 4 items for $68.14. This is probably a first for me. Like, Mercari did better than eBay. What? Like, that's amazing. I'm really excited about Mercari right now. And then on Kitizen, I had the one sale that I made $24.32 on. All of those numbers, by the way, my net sales, those are not my gross sales. I don't ever really talk about my gross sales because what's the point? But that's like the amount of money that I made after all the fees, shipping discounts, all that kind of stuff. So my total was 25 sales, and I made a total, again, net sales, so this is what's going in my bank account, of $331.82. I did sell saw a lot of lower priced items this week. I kind of find that is the trend when it comes to the summer, because in the summer you're selling things like tank tops and shorts and things that are just not that expensive to begin with. So I think that makes sense. But I sold 25 things for $331.82. That was 18 women's pieces, 3 men's pieces, and 4 kids pieces. Really quickly, let's talk about the month of June, because I didn't do any sort of June recap. But in the month of June, as a reseller, I made $2,215.39. And I was thrilled with that because, one, I was scared that number would be a lot lower given what's going on in the world, given summer slowdown, given a lot of things. But I was really happy about that, especially because my goal for myself for the year is to make $20,000 as a part-time reseller. And that means I have to make $1,666 per month. And I exceeded that by a few $100 because, again, I made $2,215.39. And so at this point, if I want to be on track to meet my $20,000 goal for the year, then I need to have made at least $10,000. But right now, the amount that I've made for the months of January through June in net sales is $12,324.01. So I'm really excited to be sitting pretty. I don't know what July is going to bring. I don't know if it's going to, like I said, get a lot slower, but I'm really thankful and excited that I'm still sitting in a pretty good place, despite the fact that the sales, the week of June 29th through July 5th were kind of stinky. And then finally, in case you wanted an update on how I'm doing at the consignment store, I finally broke even. So everything that I sell at this point is going to be pure profit. So I have made $1,408.11 from the things that I've sold from the consignment store. I've sold 84 things, and that is an average sales price of $16.76. Remember, most items I am paying between like 75 and 85 cents for, and the majority of the shoes I paid are like a little under $2 for. So probably I would say it's like safe to say that my average cost of goods for everything that I've gotten at the consignment store is a little under $1. And so knowing that I can turn a little under $1 into $16.76 84 times, like that's pretty amazing. And I had estimated, in my first couple haul videos from that consignment store. And if you're interested, I will link a playlist of those haul videos down below. And I will also link a playlist of all of my what sold videos in case you really like these kinds of videos. I think that these are so informative. But I had estimated in my first few haul videos from this consignment store that the average sales price on all of the items would be about $20. And I was right, because the $16.76, again, that's like the net amount that I'm making off of these things. But I think that they are selling at an average sales price of $20. And then $16.76 is the average amount that I'm actually profiting off of those items. That's how I should have stated it earlier. Sorry. But I'm really happy with that. I know a lot of other people, they wouldn't waste their time with, only making $16.76 of profit on an item. For me, that's great. Like, I think even making $2-3 profit off of something, especially if it's just something that you had laying around your house already or something that you got for free, money is money and it all adds up. So I am here for it. All right, guys, that is the video for today. Tomorrow, we're going to be going back to the Summer Listing Challenge video series, and tomorrow's topic is going to be pictures. So if you are curious about how to take the best pictures for your reselling business, then definitely make sure that you tune in tomorrow. You are going to want to make sure that you subscribe and hit that bell notification so that you know the second that the video comes out. And that's it for today. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm going to go back to gymnastics now with my daughter. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.